Hi guys, Spartan765. Today I'm doing another video on the Prepper series, and this is going to be another opinion video, as are most of my SHTF videos. My opinions, you might think something different. It's just what I think. This video is going to be shotguns and shit hits the fan. World without law, you need to defend your house, your family, whether you're bugging in or bugging out. Do I think shotguns really have a practical use where they'd be maybe more valuable than a rifle, or perhaps less valuable than a rifle? Now, first off, I'm going to come out with saying, I own several shotguns. I'm not anti-shotgun in any form. But I'm going to start out by saying, those of you who might not be into tactical, weapons, whether shotguns, ARs, you might have a couple of hunting shotguns and a couple bolt guns for deer hunting or whatever. I'm going to start out with the first thing that a lot of people might have in their house, their gun owner. And that is just a basic, 28-inch barrel. It doesn't have to be 28, it can be 30, 26, whatever. What I'm trying to get at is a basic, pump action, fowling gun, for shooting pheasants or ducks or grouse or whatever. This particular weapon here happens to be a Winchester 120 Ranger. I think these are great. This is my my hunting shotgun. I've had it for years and it's never failed me. The thing that's nice about these is obviously you can hunt with them. So if you need to provide food for your family, not that you can't hunt with another shotgun, but this is specifically designed pretty much for hunting. The bad thing about these is mag tube 4+1. And then a lot of shotguns, you may or may not know, depending on if you're a hunter or not, you own one of these. Most shotguns sold, designated as hunting shotguns, come with these plugs, which sit in the mag tube like this to limit the magazine capacity to only 2 rounds plus 1. And that there's certain states where you have to have the 2+1 in order to hunt pheasants, ducks. I know Minnesota's not for pheasants. I know North Dakota you do for ducks and everything, ducks and pheasants. But as far as this is a main shit hits the fan gun, I would say no. If it's all you have, it's all you have. It can definitely be used for self-defense, but the length of the weapon itself makes it pretty prohibitive as far as being able to maneuver around inside of your house with that long barrel effectively. For bugging out, right off the bat, I'm going to say, hey, if you're bugging out, if you don't have a vehicle, you're maybe on foot, or you do have a vehicle but obviously limited space, I don't think shotguns are something I would bring personally. I know they're great for self-defense in close quarters and for hunting, but the ammunition is very, very bulky, very heavy. You could probably carry in the same space probably 2 or 3 AR or 5.56, a couple 7.62 39. I know that's not exact. What I'm trying to get at is a box of 100 shotgun shells is about yay by about yay, and a box of 100 rounds is 7.62 39, or 100 rounds of 5.56 is about that wide by about that tall by about that thick. Now I know, yes, you can't easily or practically shoot at birds like ducks or geese or pheasants with an AR. Yes, I know you can, but it's not practical. So you'd have to make that decision if you're bugging out whether to leave your shotguns at home, depending on how much space you had in your vehicle. Personally, if I had my ACR and AR and AK, I'd take that any day over a shotgun, just because it's going to reach out further. You can carry more ammunition. You carry more ammunition in the magazine. Again, I'm not blasting shotguns. I'm just stating my opinions, clearly my own opinions. Now the next thing I'm going to go on to, which is a great choice, obviously, if you're you're bugging in, just something like this. This is just an 870 tactical with Magpul furniture on it. I think I paid in the neighborhood of $290 for this thing, brand new, and then got the Magpul furniture, which was like an extra $100. This is a 6+1 18.5-inch barrel, great for home defense. It's got a cylinder bore. Oh, I didn't point out too, the 120 Ranger and most of your hunting shotguns, most of your newer ones anyway, will have removable choke tubes, which is great for the hunting aspect. But most of your Tactical shotguns that are designed specifically for self-defense are going to be a cylinder bore, which means that the shot pattern is going to be the widest it could possibly be. Is where you have a full choke, it's going to be pretty narrow. Extra full is even tighter. Modified is in between cylinder and improved cylinder, and improved cylinder is just slightly tighter than cylinder. Not going to get into the whole choke tube conversation, the video go on forever. But you know, there's great options out there. One thing I really do like about shotguns is that they're cost effective. You don't have to go dump, you know, $600-700 in a shotgun like you do an AR. In fact, there's a lot of places out there like thrift shops. The hell am I saying? Pawn stores and used guns and gun shops. You can get a, you know, shotgun like this for $150. These really aren't that high value as far as the cost goes. So shotguns, as far as a very effective self-defense weapon, yeah, they're cheap, most of them. Obviously, I know there's, you know, $1,500 plus shotguns. Shotguns that go way higher than that. But your general purpose, like pump gun, is, you know, like an 870 Express Magnum with a 28-inch barrel is probably going to be in the neighborhood of like 300 something bucks, $300. That's around there. It could be higher, it could be lower. But they're great, like I said. And you with shotguns, let's say you got a hunting barrel used for hunting, you can also go out and buy an 18.5-inch barrel, pop that puppy on there. You got a perfect self-defense gun right there. Now, as far as optics go on shotguns for SHTF, I would say no. That's my opinion, because you really don't need an optic to be shooting out to 50 meters. I understand, yeah, you could shoot slugs to these things and go out to 100 meters, maybe a little further. That might be pushing it for a slug, but for most intents and purposes, for a shotgun that I'd have for self-defense wouldn't be slugs. It'd be 00 buck, 9 pellet, 2 3/4 inch shells. And I'm perfectly content with the bead sight on there. It pulls quick, got a nice sight picture, point and shoot. Now, you stepping it up a little bit to an actual mil-spec shotgun. This is a Mossberg 590A1. And the reason I got this Blackwater edition is because I happened to get a great deal on it. I had it for like 400 something bucks. It's a 590A1. It's got the thicker barrel. I threw an AFG on here because I like the AFG on the feel on the shotgun. Now, I know this joke of a light on here is on here because this sits next to my bed at night in case anybody breaks in. And I didn't have another weapon light, you know, specifically designed for, you know, a weapon. So this is just a Streamlight Stinger with a aim point mount and then some cardboard in here. I know it's extremely ghetto rigged, but it's just for self-defense, so I can just have, you know, some light right there where I can see. It's not something I'd recommend. This is obviously not long-term. When I get the funding, I'm going to purchase a proper weapon light, just so you guys know, so I don't get, you know, blown up about that on YouTube. Wow, that's ghetto. The 590A1, the particular one I have, has ghost ring sights, which I love. The acquisition and the accuracy, I believe with ghost rings is superior to just the standard front bead, especially because you can line up, I think you can line up slugs a lot nicer with the ghost ring. This also has a M1913 Picatinny on the top, so if you want to put like a reflex sight or anything on there, you can. I'm not, because I'm, like I said, I fell off the chair there. I'm not a fan of optics and shotguns, and some people are. That's okay. Everybody has their own opinion. This puppy here is 8+1. This has got the 20-inch barrel, full-length tube. It also has these speed feed stock. Now, for a shit-hits-the-fan gun, I think this would probably be the best choice, and I'm going to tell you why, and that's because it holds 8+1, and it's got the speed feed. Now, I'm, you know, inherently not a fan of the speed feed stocks. They're okay, I mean, but it came on the gun, so I'm not going to get rid of it and get a standard stock. Plus, I like it for the fact that, hey, I can hold, you know, 2 extra rounds on each side. So right there in the gun, if you do +1, you got 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 rounds on the gun. So that right there is kind of nice. As far as hunting with one of these goes, obviously it could be done, but as far as like bugging out goes, like I said, even with something like this, I wouldn't take, because the amount of ammunition you could carry effectively just wouldn't be that what you could carry with an AR. And plus, once you get out past 50 meters, you're really pushing it for a shotgun. with pellets, 00 buck. You know, I know some people are gonna argue, oh, well, I've out to 75 or whatever. Or, no, maybe it's less than that. But a general acceptance is 50 meters. That's what I've shot, the furthest I've shot at paper targets, and the spread seems to be, you know, about like, you know, yay, maybe a little bigger. But after that, the velocity just goes to hell and crap goes everywhere. Another gun that I'm going to show here, just something I probably would not use during Shit It's the Fan. I'd rather have a pump gun. And that is, I got a Sega 12 here. Now, yes, you know, I like the Sega 12, but the thing with it is, you know, out of the box, these things are going to have reliability issues. Anyone that I've ever handled has. And the reason for that is, I mean, obviously they'll cycle your 9 pellet 00 buck, no problem. But once you get down into your lower brass shells, you get in your like 7.5 shot, that, you know, 1 ounce shot, 7/8 ounce shot. These things just will not cycle that. I mean, and shit, they sometimes won't even cycle like 5 shot, 1.5 or 1.25 ounce. I thought about the golden line is about 1.25 ounce shot. It'll cycle that with the standard plug. Now, I went and got a self-regulating gas valve or gas plug on here, and I've gotten this thing to cycle the cheap, shitty Walmart ammo, and it cycles the 9 pellet 00 buck just fine. So it cycles everything now, but in order to make it cycle properly, I'd recommend getting one of those self-regulating gas valves, because after you do that, you adjust it properly, no problem whatsoever. I just got a little Tapco stock on here. I am in the workings of converting this over to a standard AK arrangement with the pistol grip right here, but that's down the road a little ways after the funding gets a little better. I got more stuff I want to buy before I convert this into a classic style Sega. For now, this Tapco thing isn't fine. Magazines, yeah, it's nice. It's magazine fed. I got 5 round, 10 round, and 20 round drums. For the most part, they work okay. But again, I just have to say I'd stick with a pump gun. That's my opinion. Now, they make great other great semi-autos like the Benelli M2, M3, the Remington 1187. There's a lot of them out there that are great. But I don't know. When it comes to shotguns, for me, I just prefer pump guns. And that's what I have most of. That's the only semi-auto shotgun I own right now. But yeah, as far as like, you know, I don't know, I've kind of rolled over this already. But if you're trekking out, you know, you're maybe going on a supply run or something to see if you can find some supplies for your group or whatever. If you're bugging in, you're gonna have to go out and do supply runs. Obviously, that's a fact of life. Then I could see a point, you know, for having a guy. If you got a squad of like 8 guys, I could see a point for a guy having a shotgun. Yeah, definitely. But just by yourself, hell no. Because you could have guys, the marauders or stuff that could fucking shoot at you from 100 meters away, 75 meters away, and you really wouldn't be able to do much with a shotgun. That's why, like I said, I pretty much lean towards rifles over shotguns. I know that video is probably going to piss a lot of people off, but that's just my opinion. That's why it's called the opinion video. Any comments, questions, send me a message, Spartan765 out.